You were born, you are nurtured up to whatever, you're 6, then you get sent in the kindergarten and school, and by the time you're 18, you come out and you go to college. By the time you get out of college, you get a job, and then you retire with whatever, 65 or so, and then you enjoy your retirement somewhere at a hot place, right? That's been the model of the past. That's not working. That is absolutely not working anymore, in every respect.
People are eschewing conventional routes to professional advancement in favor of exploring novel ways to build their experience and increase their income. Welcome back at Financial Fortune, your daily advisor that gives you news and tips for financial success. Just keep on watching. The model of a career spanning 4 decades is falling apart, leaving many people open to exploitation. The traditional model of getting an education, getting a job, and retiring with savings or a pension is not an effective or reliable plan anymore because it does not work the way it used to. The 40-year career is falling apart, and while some employers and employees are profiting from the situation, others are being hurt. Because businesses are having trouble finding people to fill open positions, managers are being forced to persuade existing employees to take on more responsibilities. Companies operating in high-demand fields have a difficult time convincing their employees to put in extra hours, so they are turning to partners to shoulder the additional responsibilities. As a result of worker shortages, recent college grads are not incentivized to accept promotions. As a consequence, managers have to cajole staff members into accepting more senior positions. In the survey, 40% of workers said they would rather use their extra time for leisure activities, while 25% would rather take on additional responsibilities. The rise of telecommuting has rendered many traditional office jobs obsolete, including those for receptionists, administrative assistants, doormen, box tickers, masters, goons, and duct tapers. However, modern office jobs still involve a variety of tasks, such as those listed above. In a survey of 3,000 workers, we found that 40% would rather spend their spare time sleeping, exercising, cleaning, or going for a walk, while only 25% are interested in taking on additional responsibilities. People are avoiding managerial positions in favor of those with higher earning potential and greater job security in industries, such as technology, the pharmaceutical industry, finance, and sales. Due to the 4 factors that have been identified by business analysts, individuals are no longer willing to put in extra hours of work and tolerate additional stress in order to pursue a promotion. The earning potential and job security offered by positions with variable compensation that are in high demand, such as those found in the technology, pharmaceuticals, finance, and sales industries, are significantly higher than those offered by managerial positions. To keep experienced workers who place a high value on financial reward and job security, businesses need to provide opportunities for them to work remotely or in a hybrid setting. Employees with extensive experience are taking on multiple junior jobs at the same time in order to boost their financial reward and ensure their continued employment. Because most modern employees place a higher value on exit opportunities than career advancements, businesses that want to maintain their competitive edge in the current market need to provide their employees with the option to work remotely or in a hybrid setting. To acquire the necessary skills and experience for a future career in finance, one increasingly common option is to launch one's own company. In spite of the inherent dangers, an increasing number of individuals are launching their own companies in order to acquire the necessary experience and education, to secure positions as financial executives or to work for private equity or hedge funds. Switching jobs every 2 years has the potential to increase one's salary by 50%. However, doing so requires careful planning in order to preserve relationships and ensure a positive reference. Changing employers every 2 years has the potential to increase one's salary by 50%. However, this should be done cautiously in order to preserve positive working relationships. Maintaining the same position for an extended period of time increases the likelihood of receiving a positive reference, which in turn makes it simpler to find a new job and negotiate a salary that is on par with other candidates' offers. People are prioritizing their mental health and the amount of free time they have over financial security and opportunities, turning their backs on traditional career advancement and searching for alternative ways of living. To achieve the goal of becoming a highly compensated CEO, one must take a different approach than is typically taken, such as obtaining a degree in engineering rather than a degree in business.
First of all, you need to know them for your own life. because you got to know that there are differences in intelligence. It's really important. If you go into a job and you're not smart enough for that job, you're going to have one bloody miserable time. And you're going to make life wretched for the people around you because you won't be able to handle the position. And as you climb hierarchies of competence, the demand on fluid intelligence increases. And so, unless you want to fail, you don't put yourself in over your head. Well, what's over your head? Well, that's a tricky thing to figure out. I mean, you have to figure that out with intelligence, you have to figure it out with conscientiousness, you have to figure it out with creativity, you have to figure it out with stress tolerance, with agreeableness, because you want to go into a cooperative environment and not a competitive one if you're agreeable, and with neuroticism, you probably want to keep the stress level of your job relatively low, because those are all places that you can break down. And most people have at least one significant weakness in their intelligence personality makeup, and you got to be careful not to place yourself in a position where that's going to be a fatal flaw. But what you really want to do, as far as I can tell, if you want to maximize your chances for both success and let's say well-being, is you want to find a strata of occupation in which you would have an intelligence that would put you in the upper quartile. That's perfect. Then you're a big fish in a small pond. And you don't want to be the stupidest guy in the room. It's a bloody rough place to be. So, and you probably don't want to be the smartest guy in the room either, because what that probably means is you should be in a different room, right? You should look at a place where if you're right at the top, you've mastered it. It's time to go somewhere where you're a little lower so that you've got something to climb up for. So, and if you're not hyper conscientious, for example, you're probably not going to want a job that you have to work 70 hours a week at, because you're just not wired up that way. You'd rather have some leisure, and like, more power to you. If that's how you're wired up, there's nothing wrong with having some leisure. But if you're someone who can't stand sitting around doing nothing ever, then maybe you can go into a job that's going to require you to work 75 hours a week. And almost all jobs that are at the top of complex dominance hierarchies require very high intelligence and insane levels of conscientiousness, as well, generally speaking, as pretty damn high levels of stress tolerance. You know, because that can knock you out too, because there's going to be sharp fluctuations in your career, generally speaking, at the higher levels of a structure, and you have to make very complicated decisions, often with very short time horizons. So you have to decide if that's what you want.
Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it useful. Don't forget to comment on the tips you find to be the most useful. Having stated that, we will see you in the future video.